Hey guys, it's Beth. Today I'll be using this wired pumpkin, a lid, and candlestick from Dollar Tree. I removed the fabric from around the pumpkin, just cut around the bottom, and then pulled it off the top. The light on it didn't work, so I did remove that so I can put a different one in. And I took the lid, which is off of a little canister in the Halloween section. I painted that with black chalk paint as well as the candle holder. Those are both from Dollar Tree. I know the lid is already black, but I wanted it to have the matte paint look, not the shiny plastic. So I just gave those each one coat, dried them, and then took Foggy chalk paint by Folkart and dry brushed both of those. Once those were dry, I took matte varnish by Waverly and used a sponge and applied it to both of those entirely. And that just helps seal it and prevent peeling. Next, I took Gorilla Grip glue, applied some on top of the candlestick. The top of it, I didn't bother dry brushing it. And I applied hot glue as well, then placed that down, technically on the top of the lid. I set those aside and then took some twine, hot glued a piece of it to the stem of the wired pumpkin, wrapped it around, hot gluing it occasionally, and then hot gluing it on the top and trimming up the excess. And then I took some leaves and Spanish moss and hot glued them around the stem. Next, I took this covered wire, and I got that from Hobby Lobby. I made it into a circle about the inside width of the lid. And then I just wrapped the circle around 3 times, and then just kept going around, tucking the wire around just to kind of make a little circle form. Made sure that it fit inside, and then I took some Spanish moss and hot glued it around that. This way I can hot glue some florals and greenery and such right to the Spanish moss without having to glue it down to the tray. I just place that within the lid and then add in some different florals and greenery, just hot gluing them onto the moss. I also added in some of these velvet pumpkins I got from Dollar Tree. I then added down just a wood slice to the center of the tray to lift up the little wired pumpkin, and then added a little LED tea light. And that is it for this project. Really easy to do. Thank you guys so much for watching.